Hey, I'm Axel. I love talking about balance issues in games, and I just wanted to make a quick opinion piece about seasonal buffs in Marvel Rivals. So this is how I thought seasonal buffs would work. Every hero has this little yellow icon is an anchor beings, so they grant team-up abilities to other characters. In return, your hero will get some stat bonuses. Some of these stat bonuses are pretty big. For example, Hela, the most competitive hero right now with the most mains in Diamond, has a 20% damage boost. Apparently, how it works is that seasonal boosts are just on, constantly. Regardless of who you're teaming up with, you will have the extra stats. Venom, for example, has a base health of 650 on the website, but actually has 800 in-game due to the seasonal buff. I have concerns about this in both casual play and for competitive play. For casual play, I think that inflating a particular hero's stats warp people's perceptions of certain heroes. For example, let's say that your favorite hero right now is Iron Fist. You're putting out 15% more Pepe hands damage that allows him to hit those breaking points. He hits those 275 HP strategists just a little bit harder. A lot of people are calling for Iron Fist nerfs already, but the question is Iron Fist really that broken, or is it just the seasonal inflation that's making people think that he's really OP? Like, what's gonna happen next time when he doesn't have that 15% buff and healers don't have that 15% HP healing to buff Iron Fist's, frontline? Venom is also really good right now with a huge health pool of 800 HP, but he just feels right. What is going to happen to him when the Venom player is going to lose that 150 HP from the seasonal bonus next time? Are they going to feel bad as if their favorite tank just been nerfed to the ground? So then let me ask you, are there any heroes you play right now that has a seasonal buff? Do you think that they'll still feel just as good if they change that next season? And that's a question that we can't really even answer until next season, because it is impossible to establish a baseline of balance for some of these characters. And that is the main concern that I have competitively. I think that inflating the stats of particular heroes make establishing the baseline of a character really hard, therefore making balancing heroes unnecessarily complicated. Let's take Hawkeye for example. Hawkeye is really good, S tier in my opinion. This is because he has a 4x headshot modifier, making him able to one-shot most heroes in the head with a fully charged arrow. With a 20% damage increase from his seasonal buff, he has a typical 80 damage bows that goes up to 96 damage per shot. A typical Hawkeye headshot would do 320 damage. Multiply that by 20 is 384. The 20% seasonal damage boost allows Hawkeye to hit those important breaking points. For example, he can two-shot 650 health vanguards like Penny or Magneto when he otherwise couldn't be able to do it without a damage boost. This 20% damage buff seasonally also helps Hawkeye one-shot the squishy duelist heroes with a bit more overheal from abilities like Rocket's armor pack or Mantis's soul conversion. Like for example, if Wolverine or a Black Panther had a armor pack, it will probably bring their health up to 325. Hawkeye wouldn't be able to one-shot them, but with a seasonal damage buff, he can. So yeah, Hawkeye is really good with the seasonal buff, and he's probably really good without the buff, but we can't really tell right now how good he really is and if he really needs some adjustments, because the 20% damage increase is sort of inflating those numbers. Hela, one of the top heroes at high elo at the moment, also has a 20% damage increase seasonally. Does she need that 20% damage increase? Probably not. But she has it right now, and she is dominating the charge. Luna Snow, arguably the best strategist, has a 15% healing increase. She is God's most favorite pop star because, my God, the unkillableness of her ult is just crazy right now. Is that because of the 15 heal increase? Or does the 15 heal increase push her over the edge? We can't really tell, and the adjustments will probably come, but I fear that the inflation from the seasonal buffs really messes up with the statistics when looking at it. When we look at this problem from a balancing perspective, I want to ask some questions that may not even have answers, but I want to ask them anyways. How would they decide what characters to buff or nerf when seasonal buffs are inflating the statistics of the matches? Who is deciding that Rocket Raccoon gets shafted in terms of seasonal buffs with only a 5% increase healing compared to every other strategist's 15% extra healing? Like, Rocket gets no love, but his healing is arguably the worst of his class. I understand that seasonal buffs are supposed to be rewards for being an anchor to team-ups. However, I feel like this system is going to be on a pre-selected hero in the future according to the new team-ups they've planned for the season and also, of course, the season theme. So the problem in the future might be that a hero that is really good, like Doctor Strange for example, gets that seasonal buff because they've planned the season theme around magic and stuff like that, right? They can't stop that pre-planned team up because that's a lot of development time and a lot of pre-planning. So then Doctor Strange gets that 100 to 150 more HP and stomps the competition because he's really good as a tank right now. And I don't think I agree with that, just because like if they want to keep balance good, they might have to pre-nerf some characters or give them really shitty seasonal buffs like Rocket got with only like 5% more healing. So yeah, I don't think I agree with seasonal buffs always being on. I don't think I agree with the hugeness of some of them. Like 20% is a lot. I think that stat bonuses are boring and team ups are cool. Active abilities are cool. More ways to play the game. Yet I don't think this mechanic is going away just because they've built so much of the team up mechanic system behind it. Maybe then I can ask Marvel Rivals, please do not give such extreme bonuses to the seasonal buffs. Maybe to limit it to 10 or 15%, because 20% damage increase on a top tier high DPS hero is kind of crazy. And might I say it, bonker, busted, broken. Tell me how you feel in the comments. Make sure to touch some grass, get some water, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!